I'm Oh My God Tarot, and this is your someone secretly talking about you tarot card reading. Let's have a look like we normally do and get into it. And if you'd like your own personal reading, check out the description. There's a link to my website. And let's just do it. Let's dive right in. Okay, Leo, so this is the sign of the person who's doing the talking. And your first card is Scorpio. What? This energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. Scorpio. Okay, so if you're going to be talking about me and you're going to be a very deep, sensitive Scorpio, it's more like a, hey, get a load of this, because a lot of it's going to be feeling and opinion based and not factual. Some of it'll be factual, but they're very, very sensitive, but not necessarily reactive. But Scorpios, they feel things very deeply. We have Gemini energy, and this energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchange is possible. So, okay, then they are a talker. You yap, yappity, yap, yappity, yap, 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 yap. And you're very persuasive. You're able to contort and bob and weave conversations into positioning yourself as a, not victim, I don't want to say that because there's no victim complex here, but to get the results that are desired. So this person feels like they could be good at manipulating emotions and saying the right things or the wrong things to get you to react the right way. So your final card is Sagittarius. And this energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. So, okay, we have a little bit of the ease up because Sagittarius gives us a little more lively, fun energy. I know I say that a lot about Geminis as well, but Sagittarius and Geminis being mutable, they're very fluid in their reactiveness. And now that we know that we have superior communication skills with Gemini energy, and then we have that broad-minded energy where you're like more wise or a knowledge seeker like Sagittarius, and easygoing like Sagittarius, it feels like a somewhat balanced person. I know there's no earth here, but I'm not going to say that you're the villain just yet. So this person talking about you, they have some depth. They have some spiritual depth to them. Let's have a look at who's doing the talking and what they be saying. Sorry. So we have very sensitive and very emotional type person, but an intellectual, so it's not like it's all flooded in emotions, but there is a deep-rooted sensitivity with this person. Okay, so some of you know who that is. And here's your first card. We have the Hanged Man, giving us a bit of that dreamy energy, but it's kind of validating a little bit of the delusional, I'm in my feelings type energy, where they see things or conclude things based on how hurt or how deeply they are concerned about something, and they don't realize that it's kind of a filter on what is reality. So this person may have a perspective or have a certain way about them where they do that, where it's like, okay, well, I didn't come to your birthday party and I didn't really explain why. Then they're mad at you for life because they're like, okay, well, that means you don't care about me. It's like, that's not what that means. I literally was in the ER, but I don't want to mention that. That's not what that means. But your perception of reality is everything. So it can keep you in a place if you're not willing to change that perspective. And that's usually the lesson behind the Hanged Man, is that you need to change your perspective. So then we have the Devil. Look at that Devil right there. So that represents temptation again, and now it's giving us more of a theme where this person has their perspective of how things are with you. What they're talking about is their connection to you and your loyalty to them. The Devil is about codependence as well as its connection to Capricorn, but it's highlighting something almost like a subtle inadequacy about this person, like where they're coming from is a place of, like, I'm not saying insecurity, but there are issues when it comes to their perspective and the way they treat relationships. There might be a power dynamic there. There might be a, I can't quit you, I don't have willpower, or whatever the heck, that needs to be worked out. This person might be indulging in a situation that's not necessarily, or, talking about maybe you indulging in a situation and feeling tethered to, bound to you in some way. We have the Page of Cups. This person is giving some vibes of like immaturity, which means I guess they can't really handle their own emotions. Maybe they have an attachment issue as well. I think they're in the emotions department. This person's probably immature because their approach is very surface level and like just like the lovey-dovey stuff, but it's not. It's the gravy. It's not the mashed potatoes part. And they might be feeling this way again. This is feeling very Scorpio like, because of the nostalgia, because of your history is where they place a lot of value in the relationship. Well, we've been at it this whole time. We've been tethered to each other for a long time, and I have like an emotional connection to you because of that depth. But I am still immature, or there is some inexperience that I have as far as my feelings or exploring my romantic feelings with someone. I feel like this is more of a safe space or a codependent space. It's tempting to live in this space with you, but this person, I feel like they might have like emotional ties to you just because of your history, and that might not work for you. That might not be what you want. You may want the sparks, you may want the chemistry, you may want something new and exciting and thrilling, but it might be somebody who just can't change their perspective, and it's like all they can see is this situation being it. Now, this could also speak to just the way that your relationship is carried out with this person, is that it doesn't have to feel the way, it doesn't have to feel like shackles, basically. Like we can like, I can buy a new wig and you got a brand new person in this relationship. Or, you know, what if I have a new attitude? I go on a retreat, I rebalance, or I make a special effort. We build a routine together. You know, the devil energy, that, you know, there's some aspect of routine and getting bored in your routine. So this person might be like curious about what else is out there, especially if there's a lack of experience with other people or other situations, that this person hasn't come to a place where they're just like wanting to explore. And that's so Sagittarius. Like, Sagittarius is supposed to want to explore, and evolved Sagittarius wants to explore. So this person might be trying to play it safe, and it might be contrary to their regular personality where they want to, you know, experience things. So if that's your relationship with this person and you sit at home all day with them, they're wanting to travel, they're wanting to do more exciting things. They feel stuck in the situation because they've known you for so long. But that's not the gasper. It doesn't make me gasp and go, oh my god, I can't believe they're hiding this. It's more like that's how I feel on the inside, but there's a way to put it. There's a way to put it so that feelings aren't hurt. There's a way that I guess they may not know how to handle it because of their lack of experience with those types of emotional situations. But there is some concern and care because of the nostalgia, because of the history that you have with this person, and they'd like to change the perspective on the relationship. I feel like it's mostly like, hey, we want to get things excited, want things to be exciting again. Their feelings are up in the air, like, as in like they're totally down for exciting with you, but I feel like they want that stimulation. They want to have those feelings of like being in lovey-dovey love, or, you know, because they are looking at their options. They are looking at how things could be. And don't, you know, be all like, oh, well, maybe they're looking for something else. It's no, I'm looking for that feeling. And, you know, it might be someone else, but it's just as equally possible as it being you. And then we just go boxing every once in a while, or maybe not boxing, maybe wine tasting, or we go to mini putting now once a month. Like, we go bowling. We kind of do fun stuff, you know, because this hangman feels like we're in a limbo, we're in a slum, we're holding still, and that's not exciting, right? And we know there's codependency there, so it's like getting kind of stuck to a routine and feeling like shackled to each other, but it's not really the issue of being shackled to each other when there's all these feelings. You could also be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, any water sign, by the way. There's too many cups. So it could be a very emotional person. But like, yeah, there's too many feelings involved, and that's not like tangible. That's a fleeting thing. Emotions go up and down, but core beliefs are like, I feel like there's that loyalty, that Scorpion loyalty at the root of this. So it's not about other people. It's not about, you know, other options. I feel like it's more about what we do with this dynamic or this relationship to get it moving or get our perspectives on each other's changing, because experiences usually help with that, right? So we went to Tijuana, you know, we started fostering kittens together, we moved in together, we did something to keep it exciting. But this is what this person is talking about when it comes to you. All right, so there it is. That is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video. And if you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description. There's a link to my website as well as a link to my Etsy shop. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.